Well, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Right here. I have to grow up like here. Ain't gonna work out here. So I'll come up here. That may just be, no. Why are you growing that? What is that? It's gonna be a hard no. Nice you guys to filter in and see you. Joe, Mel, Mazawa, Wallace, KK, Brian Griffin. Nice to see you all. That's what I usually say, right? Great to see you all. Let's see. Ha. I'll come back and share that. That's funny. James Rohrbach with a home run. I'll just show it right now. I don't know if I'll get this. The man bun. I'd say I'm rocking the man bun like nobody's ever rocked a man bun. I come out here, it doesn't matter if there's 40-mile-an-hour wind, my bun is secure. Okay, folks, my bun is secure. Nobody has a man bun like me. Not Putin, not President Xi, not even Kim Jong-il, not even Kim. It's not even close. Nobody rocks a man bun like I rocked a man bun. And that's all there is to it. I'd say I probably had the best man bun in the history of man buns. And I don't even think it's close. There's not even a proper second, folks. The last man that had a proper man bun was Abraham Lincoln, folks. It was Abraham Lincoln. And it's not even close. And my numbers match up with Honest Abe, old Abraham Lincoln. I just think we should just give a round of applause to Abraham Lincoln, possibly the second greatest president in the history of all presidents. Give it up for Honest Abe. That's the man bun. Thank you for sharing that, James Rohrbach. Here's another picture. Oh, I did this. It's the same picture, so don't get excited. But it says I did this for Japan. This is how I reach out, how I show that I'm just not about nationalism, but I'm about globalism in certain ways. And my man bun is one of those tremendous ways that I show how I'm for the people of the world. Okay? Okay. Is it so hard to understand that? Okay. Is that okay? Quiet. Quiet. Wrong. 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 You are fake news. Wrong. All right, that's enough of that buffoonery. Thank you for that, James. So that was some unplanned fun. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, chat. Oh, that's Wallace. KK is thankful for reminders. Thank you for coming and sharing your beautiful, beautiful Sunday night with me while we chill and try to wrap our heads around what's been happening and what's potentially happening, what I think may be happening. So yesterday, Saturday, the Trump managers of his defense had their first go. It was a 3-hour session, of which they took up only 2 hours, and one after another. And there was 3 of them, one after another after another. If you can get yourself to watch it, like I said, it's like 2 hours, and you listen to the facts that are hammered out. They dismantle the entire investigation. They dismantle it in the course of 2 hours between 3 attorneys that represent the president. Now, the Democrats got to mount their opening arguments, and they had 24 hours to do it. So they did it on Wednesday, Thursday, and wrapped up on Friday. So it fell on the Republicans to have to make their opening remarks on Saturday. So that's why they did it for 3 hours yesterday. Then there's a break on Sunday, and it all resumes and picks up tomorrow. And tomorrow, the Republicans that are defending Trump and his management team will continue to mount their defense and expose the corruption and everything that most of you have been aware of. It won't all be exposed right now, but there will be enough damaging things that it'll be like another wave of truth washing away and eroding at the deep state. And that is what we're witnessing right now. And I for sure think that tomorrow, for sure, is going to be like record numbers of people tuning in. They tuned out when the Democrats were speaking. Same old, same old. Started off with a number, and it only got worse because they repeated themselves over and over and over. They're dragging this out. They're in utter sheer panic. You can see it. It's on their faces. You can see it in Jerry Nadler, and I won't berate him for the obvious things that you could berate him for. That man is tired and defeated, and you can see it, and you're starting to hear it in Schiff's voice a little bit. They know that they are getting towards the end of this. And those of us that are awake also know that we're getting to the end of this. It's in the very, very, very near future. It's going to be really interesting tomorrow to tune in and listen to the defense of Donald Trump. It's going to be amazing, I think. And it may even be so crazy that they don't even need much time on Tuesday. A couple of the reasons I think it could go quick is that they've already proven now in the investigation of the FISA documents that 2 of those were illegally signed off on, which makes the entire investigation into the Trump campaign to begin with just null and void. And these are things that are going to hopefully surface. But as they bring these things out in front of the American people, the defense of Trump brings this out in front of people, they're going to tie it in with the overwhelming bias that you see out of Adam Schiff, that you see out of Nadler, that you see out of Pelosi and Schumer. We're talking panic right now. This thing is getting to the apex. It's right in front of you right now. And it's been in front of us all for quite some time. This has been a phenomenal crescendo into this ultimate climax. And we are almost there. We're going to get there. But this wave of information and truth that is washing over the people in the world, over this phenomenon that we are witnessing right up close and personal, which is Donald Trump. Keep in mind, the Great Awakening, the plan is to awaken the masses. They had to allow the House to take over control so that they could push the impeachment. It's so much in the cards of the plan that it's not even funny. It's the only way that they could expose themselves. That's why the Senate was so important. The Senate was the target in the midterm election. Straight from Q numerous times. And it's paid off in spades. It paid off in the... There are senators that took part in that charade that I will never forgive, ever. And some of them were running for president, and some of them still are. And those are unforgivable things that they did to Kavanaugh. Unforgivable. To the awake, we saw what it was. So the Democrats won't give in. Chairman Schiff won't give up, won't give in. There's a reason. The evidence is overwhelming that the president is innocent of these accusations. Overwhelming. There is proof that investigations into Burisma Holdings, the Ukrainian company that Hunter Biden worked for, but there were already investigations at the corruption involved in this Ukrainian gas company, Burisma, already, even in the Obama presidency. We gave the aid in 2017 per Trump. We gave the aid in 2018 per Trump. But something happened. That money was tracked. It was a setup. They released the funds to Ukraine in order to see where the money went. That's why it got addressed going into the next year. This was an ongoing investigation. I don't think we're going to see witnesses. I think you may get a flip-flopper like Romney. I think Murkowski and Collins maybe have drawn their line in the sand when Adam Schiff, he suggested that their heads would be placed on a pike, maybe by order of the presidency. And immediately and expeditiously. Why'd I even try that word? Said that's preposterous. They said that's crazy. That never happened. Never happened. And they were kind of offended. So it sounds like they may have drawn their line in the sand and kind of picked their out to not have to vote for it. But it even sounds like there's like 3 potential Democrats, maybe more, but 3 that could actually vote to acquit, which is to reach a not guilty verdict in the Senate. And he would be acquitted. As Pelosi said, he'll be impeached forever. Well, when he's acquitted, he will be acquitted forever. So, acquitted trumps that allegation. But it's got to be hard on the guy. All he's done is won. He's won. And he knew that part of the plan was they had to take over the House in order to put these allegations in front of him, to really expose themselves. Moves and counter moves. They went after Trump hard. One of the last meetings Pelosi had was the one where all the photos were taken, where she had the finger up like this, standing up, and it was, oh my, this and that, and she's so brave. And I guess she is brave, but she's also corrupt and part of the deep state. But one of the quotes, I think, from Leader McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy, was that she stated, you just wait until you see what we do to you. Was kind of the context of that finger point before she stormed out of the room. And Schumer got up and followed her. She knew at that point Trump and the Q team had him in checkmate. Maybe not checkmate, because they were able to, it put him in the position to put him into checkmate, which is they had to push the impeachment. Just wait until you see what we do to you. Meant impeachment coming, regardless of the baseless grounds that they are founded on, which are baseless. There is nothing to these impeachment articles. They were dismantled in 2 hours by Trump's defense. What will tomorrow bring at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, when his defense team stands again and delivers this? It's going to be a legal can of whoop ass that they're going to open up and just dissect all of the terrible allegations that Schiff has come against them with, and trying to manufacture these additional people that with information. Are you kidding me? Now, there's people that do believe that and will eat that up. Unfortunately, my dad might be one of them. Thought I had him. But when I talked to him, but it's okay. He's a great guy. I love him. He's a fantastic man. But he just has like a socialist heart about him. Like, no, everybody should be helped in all of this. And I get it. I agree. I mean, I agree that there should be programs to help people. You know, I don't think we don't see eye to eye that much. But for some reason, it's just beat into his head that I don't think he'll ever vote Republican. That's all right. Oh, thoughts on that? What's up, Food Stamp? That's interesting. Can you guys see his comment? That's it's good to see you, Food Stamp, by the way. So what are your thoughts on that? Why did that happen, Food Stamp? I'm not sure I want to actually say it, so I hope you guys are reading the chat. Yeah, there was a helicopter crash for sure. I heard reports that there were 5. I heard reports that there were 9. But yeah, there were some people that. Is that right, James Warbach? Predicted it in the cartoon, huh? Is that right, Food Stamp? Worked with the Clinton Foundation early January. I wonder why that happened, though. What is that, Robert Wallace? What? Insert Rudy. That's a podcast? Rudy? What's up, redneck prepper? Oh, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, Robert, I filled him enough with the truth and it's all kind of crumbling right before our eyes that I'm not sure I got to put a whole lot more work into it. I mean, I got to have my relationship with him. But, I mean, we get along, but things are at a stalemate. I mean, pretty much. And you know, it's ridiculous to even have to say this, but it's because he won't shut off CNN or MSNBC. It's, yeah. It's just one of those things that just drives you crazy. But I guess people just got to wake up at their own time, right? What else? What you gonna do? Okay, all right. That's interesting in the chat. Insert Rudy. LeBron got the scoring title this week from Kobe. I saw that. He says crazy stuff about Kobe in the interview. Okay. Was Kobe Clinton? Robert was doing charity work. At this point, Mel says, I question how anyone comes to fame and wonder if any of their deaths are natural. That's a really, really good, fair point. The chopper came from the State Department. That's super interesting. If that is, in fact, true, food stamp. Sending a message, right? Is that what? Or snuffing out him because what? He knew about the Clinton Foundation. They sold it, broke in Illinois, lots of choppers. Yeah, that's true, Robert Wallace. Lots of chopper problems in Northern Cal. I have a booger in my nose. I just had a birthday, and it was the birthday that made me officially too old to give a shit about that redneck. That being said, good. Clean. It looks pretty clean to me. It is funny when you actually do see somebody that's got a booger hanging out of their nose visible, and they don't have a clue. And you can't unsee it. You just look at it. You can't look away from it. It doesn't happen often in life. I can think of it officially for sure one time. This girl had a straight up booger, like just protruding out of her nose. Like I said, you can't ever forget that. I'm not sure there was ever been a second. But. Food stamp is smart. He's a fart smeller. Smart. Well, thank you, Redneck Pepper. I appreciate that so much. We got more happy birthday stuff. Yay. Well, since Redneck Pepper brought it up, today we officially celebrated my birthday here in the Bill Mish house. So we got presents, and I got a meal that I requested, which was off the chain, excellent. Shawnee cooked it. It was so good. It's one of my favorites. And she made me the type of cake that I love, which my favorite kind of cake is ice cream cake. I love ice. If I'm gonna have any kind of cake for a birthday, it's ice cream cake. So that was homemade, except for the ice cream. That was Hudsonville ice cream, which is really nice. And it was mint chocolate chip. It was really delicious. It was. It was great. Whoa! Let me get off my ice cream thing here, what? You can pick your nose, friend. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Yeah, true, James. Does it really? On Google, it says that? What? I believe you, food stamp, but can anybody else verify that? That's crazy. They would do that just because of his ties to the CF? Oh, dude, I'd eat them both, Brian. To be honest with you, they both sound amazing. I'd eat them both. I'm not playing. I did not about the helicopter. No, I had seen that there was a reference to state funeral, that kind of stuff. When was that Q drop? I can pull it up. I got it right here, but I can't click on it until I have a number. What's up, Johnny Mendez official? Is that right? 2 crashes today. They were Iraqi. Is that right, food stamp? Iraqi soldiers. Not saying it makes anything better, but just wondering. Yeah, that's fine, food stamp. I can't quite remember that either. I mean, you said it, and it sounds like it could have been something that was said, but food stamp, that feels like my last 3 years. He said, can't remember, was taking in so much at once today. That's how the last 3 years feels. And it was pretty consistent even before that, but it's all been on hyperdrive. The Great Awakening is, it was happening before it was even announced that it was going to be a thing. The Great Awakening really started with Trump's message, with that glorious speech that I love to play you from time to time about our movement is about replacing the failed and corrupt political establishment, only in it for themselves at the expense of you, the American people, and so on and so on. Yeah. So I think they get through the arguments tomorrow, right? Like I said, I think they lay the case out. It's going to be beautiful. It will go into Tuesday, unless by some miracle they present their facts and close their case before end of business tomorrow. They haven't utilized all of their time, even in the opening remarks. Not opening statements, opening remarks. They would have like an hour at their disposal, and they were like doing away with it at 25, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. They would just boom, 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 standpoint. Here's the facts. Here's what happened. Here's what they want you to think happened. Here's what blah, blah, blah. Boom, done. Democrats put it out there. They went for their full time, all of it. Even to the president's opener remarks yesterday, right? 2 hours. I know I beat that horse already, but they're respectful of people's time. They got their points out. I think they're going to do the same tomorrow. When it's done, I think that he is acquitted. I don't believe they're going to call witnesses because their case is that bad for the impeachment. It's that horrible. If any of them, Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and the other guy, Lamar, somebody, if they vote, if they want witnesses, I guess they'll get witnesses and so will we. But their political goose is cooked as of that moment. Everybody's awake. Everybody sees what's going on. It's been happening. It is happening. It's going on right in front of our eyes. And Mel, you did bring up something interesting. And I like it, by the way, that you can look at something of anybody and have critical thinking. And you heard something that didn't resonate with you. But then President Trump, that led to the talk of the GMOs and stuff. And I totally get that. I'm totally down with that. But on the other hand, I think that in this great awakening, in this plan, there are battles that need to be won on the way to win the war. And the things that they're tackling right at this moment happen to be things that will allow them to reshape the government in the right direction, in the correct direction, in the direction that our founders foresaw for the future, who gave us the right that if a tyranny government rises up, that we have the rights to overthrow it. And he's acting on behalf of those patriots within the Constitution. I think I lost it. I think I lost it. All right, that might help me. No, but yeah, I don't pretend to know how the ultimate chess game is played for this movement. He's done a few questionable things, like he kind of put the bump stock out there against the NRA. You know, he kind of appeased a few people, and then it never went through. These red flag laws aren't really going anywhere. I mean, I think just certain things need to happen for them. They need to get the overall power structure changed. And then that will filter into these bilateral programs that you're discussing, like what's going on in our farms, in our ranches. I think those things will come. I think they'll come because I think he puts high value on the farms in America and the ranches. He puts high value on that. He is going to start turning that into a production facility that you can't imagine. He's going to have all of China buying all the pork from us. And, if you're a vegan and that offends you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't judge you. But that's the reality, is that, you know what? Most of the people in the world eat meat. They just do. So you figure out which percentage you are according to the rest of the world before you want to judge anybody. And I mean all the love. I mean no judge. Most vegans are actually really super humane people. It breaks their heart to think that they're eating an animal. And you know what? There's parts of me that get that too. There is that side of it. But there's also, in every one of us, a carnivore side of us that we need that protein, and it's delicious. It's so good. You stick something, you carve it, and you roast it up, and serve it. It's good. It's beautiful. Yeah. So Mel, I know you're not. I know you're not hating on the big guy. I know you're not, and you're using critical thought. And you know what? It's good. It's great, actually. It's really, really great. And a lot of people should exercise it a lot. And um, I usually exercise it a lot because I don't let it get to my lips. Because when I talk, I tend to like to talk in my convictions. Generally, sometimes I speculate, but man, I sure hope that this is what we think it is, and you know, everything is really set up for a bright and tremendous future. Not only for all of us, but for future generations that will probably go on for hundreds of years. It really will. One thing will be exposed when this is all done, and that will be how far and deep the corruption went in all of the different veins of corruption that wrapped itself around the globe and had its fingers in everything. And that is not a lesson that the world will forget anytime soon when this is all done. I do believe that this is what this whole thing is about. I've spoke about it before. I've heard other people speak about it. We are wired to want that satisfaction. We want those arrests. We want them to happen right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You said lock her up. And I think most of you are beyond that, and you understand that we're watching a movie. We're trusting the plan, and there's lots of nuances that take us down different directions as this plan moves forward. And I would say that most of them seem planned. Now, every once in a while, you have a Nick Mulvaney or Mick Mulvaney maybe answers a question that was a bit weird when he said, "Yeah, there's quid pro quos. They happen all the time." Mick, shut the fuck up.
But he didn't mean it specifically to this instance. He meant it referring to many times it happened in the Clinton administration, and then Bush Jr., and then Obama. Many times they withheld aid and these types of things to try to root out corruption. That's what Trump did. He held the aid up because the setup was in 2017 and 2018. They traced the money. It's the money. It led to Biden. Son of a bitch. They fired him. Quid pro quo Joe. That's real. That's non-negotiable. If everybody in the world that's a Trump hater just understood what I just said right there, everybody would wake up. It's non-negotiable. And you look at the curtain they put over Biden, his political days are over. This man is about to drop out of the race. We were told to look for a state funeral. Who could it be now? Who could it be now? Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away. Don't come right here no more. So who could it be? Some would speculate it's Jimmy Carter. That man's 99 years old. It would surprise nobody if he went. What if it was Obama or Clinton? Kind of monkey wrench with that, putting everybody, the usual suspects. Probably Carter. But I ask you, if it just happened to be Biden, would that be cause for a state funeral for him to lie in rest? I think probably, yeah. I think given the fact he's running for president and he was the former VP, I think he would probably get a Lion State. Is that what it is? Lion Rest? Lion State? I think they would probably have to do that. And everything that's crumbling in on this man, which I'm sure he's feeling real bad. He knows he can't get away from his positions. He knows he can't get away from Burisma and Ukraine and the money and the fact that he talked about the quid pro quo. That's a lot. And it may just be his turn to, your number's up. The deep state needs you, and you swore your allegiance, and your assistance is no longer required. Just like Senator McCain. But there's speculation that maybe that was more in the White Hat's control. So actually there's strong evidence that kind of points to that, but you get my point. You get what I'm saying. KK's battery was about to go fritz. Yeah, remind me, James. I don't right off the top of my head recall that. Biden messed up at the Council of Foreign Relations meeting. What did he do? Did he smell somebody? Ooh, I'm interested. I didn't see it. I don't know how that could have happened, but I didn't. Oh, you're okay. Okay, you're referencing back when he did that. Yes, he stepped in it big time. And that was like from what? Was it 2016? Did he say that? 2016? So depending how everything goes tomorrow, I'll kind of make a judgment call of whether I want to go on and do a recap. I kind of feel like I know how it's going to go, which uh, it's going to go in his favor. You know, they're just going to lay out the facts and be done. They'll probably wrap it up, force a vote, and he's acquitted. They've made no case for needing to call additional witnesses, none at all. So that's off the table. You know. All right. Getting late. Bill's repeating himself, and I need my beauty sleep. That's for sure. Nice to see you all. Thanks for showing up to my stream, hanging out. Don't forget to hit the like, please. And great informer, if you're here. I will go to Tony the Patriot, and I think I've seen a couple of those streams. So I will be sure to do that and try to get my name out there. So thank you so much. And thank you, Mel Monty, and thank you, Robert Wallace, for your streams earlier. I loved hanging out with you. It was great seeing all you guys in the chat, too. Yeah, I will, Redneck. I will. As soon as I end the stream, I'm going to grab a beer. And then I'm going to tuck myself into bed. Because it's... I don't understand. There we go. Love you. See you. Bye.